viewers, welcome once again to my channel. Today we'll be learning our topic regarding heart. This I will be covering not regarding the function of the heart and not regarding the blood supply. This is slight different topics which generally we don't focus on studying. So let's start our topic. Everyone know this is the conduction of heart, right? What we can see in the center portion, right? Yeah, this is the portion, this superior vena cava, aorta, inferior vena cava. This is not required in this PPT because I will not be dealing with that. I will be dealing only regarding the action of heart. Let's move to the introduction. It is a vital organ in the body. Why it is vital organ? Because it pumps the blood in the overall parts of the body till our muscles, to our legs, to our hands, to our arm region, to every part of our body. So it is vital organ. If heart is absent, then there will be no blood supply to our parts of body. Our arms will not work, our legs will not work because our heart is very important part. The major function of heart is to supply the blood. Why? Because oxygen and carbon dioxide has to be exchanged, whereas the oxygen has to be taken inside and the carbon dioxide has to be given outside. It is a muscular organ. Why it is a muscular organ? Which muscles are attached? Cardiac muscles are attached. The word says cardiac. Cardiac is related to heart. So which muscle? Cardiac muscles is attached to the heart. It is a muscular organ that pumps the blood throughout the circulatory system. Which system? Circulatory system. It is situated between the two lungs in the mediastinum. Two lungs. You know, everyone knows we have a lung, right lung and the left lung, right? Suppose this is the lung, this is the right lung, and this is the left lung. Now left lung is slightly have a depression over this. Why? In order to accommodate heart. Our heart is not situated towards the end of the left side. It is situated at a center, slight to a center at this region. You can see this is the region of heart, and the region where it is situated is called as a mediastinum. Which region? Mediastinum. Once again I will show. See, suppose this is a heart, this is a right heart and this is a left heart. But left heart has a slight depression. As you can see here, there is a depression, right? Yeah. Why there is a depression? In order to accommodate heart. This is the heart. And the region where the heart is present is called as mediastinum. Therefore, this word stays. It is situated between the two lungs. Which lungs? Right and left lungs. In the mediastinum. Mediastinum is the region between the lungs. It is made up of 4 chambers. Heart is made up of 4 chambers: right atrium, left atrium, right ventricles and the left ventricles. The blood will flow from the right atrium, then it passes through the right ventricle, and through the pulmonary trunk it enters the lung and purifies the blood and enters the pulmonary veins which come from the lungs, from where the oxygen blood passes. From the pulmonary trunk, the blood was deoxygenated. From overall parts of the body, the blood was entering into the superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, and then it used to enter into the right atrium. So whatever blood used to enter in the right atrium was the deoxygenated blood. So when it enters the pulmonary trunk, when it enters the lung region, the blood gets oxygenated and it passes through the pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins enters to the left atrium. Then it passes to the left ventricles. Then through left ventricle it enters the aorta. Aorta is the very major supply of the artery which supplies the blood to the oral part of the body, to the upper limb and to the lower limb. Upper limb is the region in the upper region which includes thorax, abdomen, whereas the region below the abdomen, the pelvis and the lower limb includes in the lower limb region. It helps in the contractions of the heart, depends upon the muscles of the heart. Which is the muscles of the heart? Cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscle is the muscles of the heart. So once again I repeat the intro. What is the intro? It is a vital organ in the body. Why? Because without heart your body cannot function at all, because it is very important to exchange the gases, carbon dioxide, should be exchanged with the oxygen. The oxygen should enter the body, and carbon dioxide is a waste gas which should be given out. Second, it is a muscular organ that pumps the blood throughout the circulatory system. It is a muscular organ. It is very important because our heart is always depend upon the muscles. Heart is the only organ which does not depend upon brain for its conduction. It depends upon its muscle. I hope you remember the sinoatrial node and the atrioventricular nodes, then Purkinje fiber, then bundle of fish. These are the certain connections which helps for the heart for pumping. That's why it is a muscular organ that pumps the blood throughout the circulatory system. It is situated where it is located. It is located between the two lungs. Which lungs? The right lung and the left lung. Since the left lung has a slight depression over it. Why depression? To accommodate the heart. That's why the heart is present at the center and to the left region. It is not present at the corner of the left lung. It is present center of the region. So always remember the position of the heart. And in which region it is present? It is present in the mediastinum. Mediastinum is the region which is present between the lungs. It is made up of 4 chambers. Which chambers? Right atrium, left atrium, right ventricles, left ventricles. As I already told, the flow of the blood will flow from right atrium, enters the right ventricle through the pulmonary trunk. It enters into the lung, get oxygenated, then the blood will pass through the pulmonary vein into the left atrium, then through the left atrium it enters to left ventricle, then from left ventricle it enters the aorta, then aorta to all the parts of the body. Then once again the procedure repeats from all the parts. The deoxygen blood will be collected in the superior inferior vena cava, that enters into the right atrium. Don't worry regarding this, I will make a separate video regarding the flow of the blood, how the heart works. Then fourth is next point, the contraction of heart depend upon the muscle. So which muscle? Cardiac muscles. Yes. Today the main topic of this is the action of heart. Why I took action of heart? Because this is the topic which we generally don't focus on studying regarding this. We skip this topic because we think that this is not important. Once again I'll tell, this is a very important topic and you should never skip this. Why? This is very easy topic. It can only get classified into 5 types, and the 5 types are very easy if you try to understand. To understand easy way, stay connected with me. The first type is chronotropic. I know the words are a little bit difficult to understand, but if you read it properly, then it will be very easy to understand. This tropic word is similar in all the 5 cases. As you can see, tropic is similar. So don't focus on this tropic region, let's focus on the prefix. The word, I'll remove the pointer. First is the chronotropic, chrono. Second is inotropic. Third is dromotropic. Fourth is bathmotropic. Fifth is lusitropic. First is chrono, ino, dromo, bathmo and lucy. Now why it is given in such names are given? Because it is given based on their function. So let's get started regarding to learn the function. So first type we will learn regarding what is chronotropic. It is the frequency of heartbeat or heart rate. I repeat, it is the frequency of heartbeat or the heart rate. What is the normal heartbeat? Normal heartbeat can vary from 65 or either 68 till 72 or maybe 74. There is not a proper range. We generally follow the range. What is the normal range? Maybe 65 to 70 or 70 to 74. Not a big issue. Just learn this. It will be easy. What is the normal heart rate? Between this range till per minute beats per minute. There are 2 types, tachycardia and the bradycardia. These words are also still difficult to understand. Don't worry, once you start learning this, then this will be automatically be recalled in your brain. Once again, let's see. It is the frequency of heartbeat or the heart rate. That how much the heart rate will take place. So this action will tell the frequency of the heartbeat. So if the heart rate increase, it is called tachycardia. If the heart rate decrease, it is called bradycardia. It's as simple as that. Chronotropic is the frequency of heartbeat or the heart rate. Anything you can write, either heartbeat you can write or heart rate you can write. And there is a two types, tachycardia and bradycardia. Tachy means increase in heart rate, brady means decrease in heart rate, and you should know the normal heart rate. Yeah, second action of heart. Second action of heart is the inotropic action. Inotropic action. It also consists of two types, positive and negative. Always remember the whatever action we are studying has every action have two types, either positive or negative, and the function are easy. If one is increasing, then the other will decrease. Yeah, let's move to inotropic. Inotropic is the force of contraction of heart. Contraction of heart has to take place. If contraction doesn't take place, means your blood will not flow. Blood will flow from atrium to ventricle. Remember, yeah, for that contraction should take place. So it has two types, positive, negative. Positive inotropic action means it increase the force of contraction. Negative will decrease the force of contraction. It is easy. Positive will increase, negative will decrease. Let's move to next. So inotropic, what is inotropic? It is the force of contraction of heart. Third is dromotropic. Dromotropic action. It is the conduction of impulse through heart. Conduction of impulse. Now impulse has to be given. Which impulse? The SAN, avian will send impulse, right, for the contraction of the heart. So because it has to pump the blood, right, from the superior inferior vena cava to the right atrium, and then has to be oxidified. So for that impulse has to be given. I said that heart is the only organ does not depend upon the brain. It has to depend upon its own self. So it depends upon the SAN and the avian, then it passes all the impulse and passes till the Purkinje fibers, bundle of his, then is once again repeat to SAN. This is the impulse conduction, which I'll take. It is very important topic. You should learn this because it is very important when it comes to the question and answer for 3 to 5 marks. Yeah, let's continue. Dromotropic. Dromotropic is the conduction of impulse throughout. How the conduction is taking place. There is also two types, positive and negative. Positive is always increase. Increase in what? Increase in the velocity of conduction. Here the conduction will take place in a faster rate. The velocity will increase. Negative means the decrease. There the velocity of conduction will decrease. Here the conduction of heart will take place in a faster rate. And negative, the conduction of the heart will decrease. Always remember, what is dromotropic? Dromotropic is the conduction of impulse through the heart. The impulse has to pass, right, from the SAN till the avian, then avian to the bundle of fish, then to the Purkinje fiber. That impulse has to pass. Now, how the impulse has to be transferred? If it is increased, if the velocity is increased, the speed has increased, if the impulse is taking place at a faster rate, then we say it is a positive dromotropic action. If it is taking place at a very less velocity or a less speed, then we tell as a negative dromotropic action, right? Fourth is a bathmotropic action. Bathmotropic action. It is the excitation of the cardiac muscle. What is excitation? In other words, I can say it is the stimulation. It is the stimulation of cardiac muscle. Why cardiac muscle? Because it is the same topic. Conduction of the muscles. Why conduction? For the blood supply. Every term is related to each other. Always remember, every term is related to each other if you try to connect with each other. So bathmotropic is the excitation of the cardiac muscles. It also consists of two types, positive, negative. Positive always increase, negative will decrease. What it will increase? This will increase the excitability of the cardiac muscles, means the stimulation of the cardiac muscle will increase. If the stimulation increase, means the impulse will increase. Which impulse? Which we studied in the previous one. Then the negative states that there is a decrease in the excitation of the cardiac muscles. So this is also easy. What is bathmotropic? Bathmotropic is the excitation of the cardiac muscle. Excitation, we can also say the stimulation of the cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle has to be stimulated. If it is not stimulated, then how it will transfer the impulse to one part to the other region? It has to be part, right, from the SAN, then to the avian, then to the Purkinje fiber, then to the bundle of fish. Or bundle of fish, then to the Purkinje fiber. Yeah, let's move to the last one. Last one is the lusitropic action. Lusitropic action. What is lusitropic action? It is the ability of the cardiac muscles to relax after contraction. It is the ability of the cardiac muscles to relax after contraction. If contraction is taking place, then there is relaxation is also necessary. Why? Suppose if the blood is present in the atrium region. Now if from atrium it has to move to the ventricle, so contraction of the atrium will take place. So once the blood enters the ventricle, the atrium should relax. If the atrium will not relax, then the blood will flow continuously, because our blood flow takes place simultaneously. If the blood is coming from superior vena cava, means the simultaneously the blood is leaving from the aorta to the other part. So it has to be done simultaneously. So it has to contract. If one contract, then other has to relax. It is the rule of the heart. So if the contraction of atrium takes place, then the ventricle should relax. If the contraction of ventricle takes place, then atrium should relax. So this is also lusitropic. It is the ability of the cardiac muscles to relax after contraction. This also consists two types, positive and negative. Positive will increase, negative will increase. What it will increase? It increase in the relaxation time of the cardiac muscle, whereas negative will decrease the relaxation time of the cardiac muscles. It is easy. Let's move to once again. We will see the from first. The first we studying on the chronotropic action, which said is the frequency of the heartbeat. Positive. Here there is no positive term, but you can say it positive for your understanding. But the word is very important. Tachycardia. Tachycardia will increase the heart rate. Bradycardia will decrease the heart rate. So remember the term. The tachycardia and bradycardia can be asked for 1 mark. It's very important. So whenever you are writing anything regarding the heart, maybe the supply, maybe anything regarding the flow of the blood, maybe you are writing regarding the impulse, then you have to mention regarding this term, because this term plays very important role when you are in the medical field. Yeah, it is the frequency of heartbeat. Chronotropic frequency of heartbeat. If it increase, then we call it tachycardia. If it decrease, then we call bradycardia. Next we learn regarding inotropic. Inotropic is the force of contraction of heart. If the contraction of the heart increases, we call positive. If the force of contraction decreases, we call negative. Third, we learned about the dromotropic. Dromotropic is the conduction of the impulse. The impulse has to be transferred right through the heart. If the conduction of impulse is taking place, we take that action. We consider that action as a dromotropic action. If the conduction of impulse increase, we say as a positive, and if the conduction of the impulse decreases, we term as a negative. Conduction of impulse has to be taken in related to speed. If the speed increase, means there is an increase in conduction. If the speed decrease, means negative dromotropic action. Then we learned about the bathmotropic, which is the excitation of cardiac muscle. Excitation also you can term as a stimulation. If the stimulation increases, we can say positive bathmotropic. If the stimulation decreases, we can say there is a decrease in negative bathmotropic action. Then we learned regarding the lusitropic, is the ability of the muscle to relax after the contraction. If the contraction takes place, then there is relaxation is a must option. So if the relaxation time increase, we call it as a positive lusitropic. If the relaxation time decrease, it is called negative lusitropic action. So here are my topics. I have cleared my topic today. For there is not much to learn. This is only a 5 classification of the action of heart, which you are supposed to learn, and just always don't skip such topic, because this topic plays a very important role in your marks, because most of the invigilator always search for this type of question. So my only motive for taking this topic is to make you aware of the topic, that these topics are present in your notes. So always learn this topic. This is very important topic, how the action of heart takes place. We learned regarding the relaxation, we learned regarding the contraction, when we learned about the impulse, right? Yeah, so it is very easy topic. I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, you can mention in the contact us in a comment, or you can contact us through our Instagram channel. Thank you for your time. I hope you are doing well. Thank you. Bye.